Portland Homeless Family Solutions is a nonprofit whose mission is to provide temporary emergency shelter to homeless families with children, to provide access to resources to help families find permanent housing and transition into self-sufficiency, and to advocate for the alleviation of family homelessness. PHFS has over 750 active volunteers that donate over 14,000 hours of volunteer service each year. PHFS volunteers help families write cover letters and make resumes. They do arts and crafts with our children, and they provide a listening ear to families who just need someone to talk to.
My name is Peter Vaughan. I am 37 years old. I am a teacher at Laurelhurst K-8 school in Portland Public Schools. In one of my classes, two students got into some argument and they started throwing insults back and forth. And one of them said something about the other one being a homeless bum or something like that and started laughing. I turned around and said, if you really think that that's funny, you should come and volunteer with me at the Goose Hollow Family Shelter and see just how funny it is to see people that are homeless. And that kid looked at me and he said, no disrespect, but could I actually come with you? So since then, on pretty much a weekly or every other week, I bring anywhere from 2 to 5 students with me. My main objective there is to just show kids that homelessness is not necessarily the stereotype that they are used to seeing. And I think it's great that I can bring them here because this is a safe place and it's families. And so my students get to see kids their own age in a really tough situation, and I think it helps them learn some empathy, and but also I think just gives them a different insight into just a world that they don't know. And for the students I bring, they're 13, 14, so it really depends on their maturity. For some of the kids, I don't think that they realize that they're actually doing a good service. I've brought some students who spent the entire Max ride back home crying because they had such a hard time realizing it. And in fact, one of the students that I remember, she actually came from a really poor family who had been homeless themselves a year prior to having me as a teacher. And still, she just had this, she was crying, and I asked her what was wrong, and she said, it's so hard for me to go back home when I know that there's other kids sleeping on the floor of a basketball gym. Why people are homeless, there's a million reasons, but kids have done nothing. And I think that's what affects the kids most. From that first year when I first started bringing students here, some students I had that year still come with me a few times a year. So they're all going to be seniors in high school now, and they've been coming with me ever since. So that's what keeps me coming back. The Goose Hollow Family Shelter and the Day Shelter on 13th and Salmon offer a safe place for the families while they're going through a hard time. However, they also have programs and resources that enable those families to get back on their feet, to get back into housing as quick as possible. So it's the best of both worlds. It's a place to go while the hard times are being had, but it's also, it's not designed to be anything permanent, which I think is a good thing, because I think that the goal is to help people get into their own housing, because as great as the facilities programs are here, obviously it's better to have your own place. A healthy society only works if everybody is involved. There's a famous saying, it takes a village, and I think that it absolutely does. If people don't band together and help other people when they're having a tough time, then who's going to be there to help you when you are?